everyone, it's Heidi with White Glove Destinations, and I just got back from a visit to Punta Cana where I had the pleasure of visiting 20 different resorts. Some were great, some were not so great, and so I just wanted to share a bit about what I've learned in that process. And that is that I think maybe I'm a bit arrogant in that, thinking that when I travel to the Caribbean, that it's all Americans that are traveling to the Caribbean. But in reality, there are Canadians and there are people from Russia and Europe and Central America, South America, from all over the world visiting the Caribbean. So what I found too is that obviously not all hotels, resorts are created equal. And in that, one of the questions I asked the sales managers when I met at the hotels was that, what percentage of your guests make up from the U.S. Population? And I was surprised. Some of the hotels said only 10%, 90% of them were from Russia. So that's not a bad thing, obviously, but what that tells me is that it's a different level of service. Canadians, Europeans, Russians, they're much easier to please than Americans. So the level of accommodations may not be, 5-star, or the food may not be as good a quality as we're accustomed to. But that doesn't mean that a Canadian or a Russian can't have a good time in the Caribbean. But perhaps an American may not. So it's important for me to share with you what hotels do cater to Americans, because I think then you'll have a better experience overall. When I got back from our flight, we were gone for 6 nights and we traveled with the same group of people. I didn't know them, but we all left together and we all returned together. And on the return, some guests, quite a few actually, were saying how terrible the food was, how bad the service was in Punta Cana, how the beds were terrible, or there wasn't 24-hour room service and those type of things. And I just felt horrible, because here they were spending their hard-earned money on a 6-night vacation, and all they were talking about was how bad their experience was. So I asked them what resorts they stayed at. And once they told me what resorts they stayed at, I knew immediately it's because they do not cater to Americans. So once I explained that to them, it was kind of like a light bulb moment. It even is for me, a light bulb moment. And so anyways, I felt bad for them. I want people to have a great experience. So it's important that you use a travel advisor, because we do our research, we do site inspections of hotels, we have the relationship with hotels, and so really travel is all about relationships. We would love to be of service to you. We would love to have your business. The next time you're looking to travel, please do contact White Glove Destinations. We're happy to help.